Hey, how y'all doing? Fat Guy Flies RC here, out here at the Avon Park Field. Going to take up a Flyzone Eluna. Let's get ourselves a control surface test. Elevator's working, rudder's working, right aileron, up elevator. Okay, everything's working the way it should. Got the Eluna into the wind, and off you go. Luna's another one of those sport gliders, like the Consendo or the Skynetic Shrike. I'm running that, oh, here we go, that AR410 or AR420. Which is it, folks? I can't remember. I think it's an AR410. Antennaless receiver with a built-in bind plug. And Horizon Hobby, you know, they own Flyzone. Of course, Flyzone's been discontinued and liquidated now. But when they put this plane out, they sold it as a package for $119. This plane, along with that new receiver, when they were introducing the smart receivers. A little bit of trivia, airplane trivia there. And the only thing I've done as far as modding this plane is I've done three things. I've secured the elevator linkage in it. Didn't quite had some play in it towards that we're joined to the elevator at the very end of the plane, and so I kind of put a little peg in there and put some hot glue to kind of secure it a little bit, and made it a little stiffer, give me a little more positive control on my elevator. The other thing I did was put, of course, you see the black tape on the wings there. Put that underneath the wings, if I remember right. That may have already been that way, but it's got decals and stuff on top that come with it. So can't remember if I did that or not. I'd have to look at the plane. I've got so many planes and done so many different things, but I think I did that. Just some black packing tape. And the other thing I did, let's see. Oh yeah, it did have a belly wheel, but the belly wheel kept coming off the rim. So I just removed the belly wheel completely and the housing, and then just put white tape over, kind of filled that hole in with some styrofoam, and then just put white packing tape underneath it. You can't even see it, especially when it's flying. And well, that's pretty much all I did. It's a shame you can't get this plane anymore. The closest thing that you can readily buy that's like this would be the Skynetic Shrike from Motion RC, or the e-flite Consendo Evolution. That would be the two closest things. So if you like this plane, you can buy one of those two, and you'll get basically the same experience. Also, I don't have it, I'll probably will end up getting it one of these days, is the Hobby King Walrus. Very similar in design, very almost identical to the Skynetic Shrike, if it's maybe not even the same plane. This plane here, if you can find one, probably at a swap meet or some kind of roll rate. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a roll rate on there. The battery hatch just actually clamps on. It doesn't have, it's not magnetic. It actually clamps in there, it just kind of pops in. And it's a hard plastic hatch, so that's kind of nice. As you can see, this plane is so nice and stable. 4-channel plane. You know, no flaps, no retracts, obviously, no lights. And but it's easy to see. I want to say it has a I think it's a 1200 meter wingspan. 1200 millimeter. If it's a 1200 meter wingspan, it's a full-size plane. But just about catch it I don't know, thing may weigh a pound, maybe. Very light. Running a 2200 3S in her right now. And there, she'll fly inverted for you. But that's not what she's... Yeah, just fun to fly. Let's see what kind of stall. There, it just kind of slumps right on over. Yeah, motor's off right now. Now, these little power gliders like this, you get them up high, cut the motor, you glide and glide and glide. You can get 15 minutes flying out of this, out of that 2200. It really, seriously, when we get back to the deck, I'll just fly until my neck's tired. You know, timer set for 6.5 minutes, but the timer stops every time I turn the throttle off. So, see, she's almost sitting still into the wind, holding up elevator just to keep the nose up. Let's get a couple landings out over here. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Perfect. Perfect. Now, because you have a... I got my hand far away from the prop, but because that front prop there, you'd have to hit the ground or tap the ground and bounce up if you want to try to do a touch and go. But yeah, you get that sucker up high and just a different kind of flying. Just enjoying a nice, relaxing sort of plane that just is fun just to watch glide. And she got more than enough power to get you up out of trouble. She's got a little on the end of the wings, they kind of flare up, help with stability. Nice plane though, real nice plane. Hardest thing with these planes like this is just to get them to come out of the sky, because they want to float and float and float. Well, all right folks, there you go. You a happy bird? You're a happy bird. All right folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. That is the Flyzone Eluna. Unfortunately, she's discontinued. You can't get her anymore, but you might be able to find her at, I got some motors off, missing that may be the vibration. Some of that plastic's missing there, but that's okay because I have a replacement. Whenever you buy a plane, if the place you're selling it from, or you're buying it, if you're getting it, always buy a spare prop. Always buy a spare prop. That's just a little tip, free tip from me to you. I don't charge for that. And here's that hatch I was telling you about. It just pops on there. It's got these little grooves that the hatch just pops into. Let's take her back to the bench. And I had the timer set for 6.5 minutes, but I'd cut that off quite often. So let's just say I flew for, say, 5 minutes. Okay, let's see what kind of battery life I've got left. Okay, just to show you just how efficient these power gliders can be. Take this hatch off. Just bear with me, folks. I gotta. Here I got on my pockets. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Don't have my smart checker with me, so I got my dumb checker. Flew for probably 5 minutes, and I still got 80% left on that 2200. I could fly for 20 minutes. All right, folks, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying see you later and God bless.